Welcome back, family. It is Tara Chantel. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new here, thank you. Please hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please hit it. Let's hit it. Today's video will really enhance your communication skills, will really enhance the relationships that you are cultivating, will really help you with your career, with your business, with your brand overall, with this piece of wisdom, this piece of knowledge that will truly change the game and impact your life completely. Because once I started doing this, game changer, everything started evolving, everything started happening and working in our favor, and everything was beautiful. And we all want a beautiful life. We all want an easy life. We all want life to just flow as it should. And if we can truly just make things a bit easier, I'm here for you. So how we're gonna make life easier is by simply asking for what you want. I know, ain't that so easy? Asking for what you want. We tend to feel like people can read our minds, because back in the day as we were children, that's what mommy and daddy did. They read our mind. When we were crying, they fed us. When we were crying, they was hugging us. When we were crying, they knew something was wrong, and that's how they displayed communication towards us, because when we were children, we weren't able to truly articulate our feelings appropriately. Newsflash, now we are adults, so it is time to tell people what you want. It's time to speak up for yourself. It's time to express your emotions. It's time to truly have the courage to speak up, stand out, and be your authentic self, because life will get easier once you just start asking for what you want. Not demanding what you want, but simply asking for what you want. I want to give you an example how I asked for what I want and I got it very easily. Because once you just open your mouth, your answer will be provided for you just like that. Just like closed mouth can't get fed. How will people know if you're hungry if you don't speak up and say it? So recently I went to get my car washed, and when I was heading there, the gentleman was right there, and I just rolled down my window and was like, "Can you wipe the back of my window, please?" And guess what? The worker who worked there wiped the back of my window, because I simply just asked for it. And that is just asking for what you want. No one can read your mind. No one can assume if you want things done a certain way. Assume that you want this. Assume if you want that. Especially if you're in a relationship. Women tend to feel like he's just supposed to know, or she's just supposed to know. Nobody knows anything, okay? Everyone is truly all about themselves overall. And you have this idea like they're just thinking about you 24/7 of the day. They're not. They're living their life, thriving, and you have to do that exactly the same way as well. We can't assume, because we're going to end up making an ass out of ourselves. We can't expect, because then we're going to be disappointed in ourselves, because we're expecting other people to love us a certain way. We're expecting people to do things for us because we do them for them. But it's not tit for tat. It's not I do this for you and you do this for me. It's nothing. You should genuinely want to give if you are in service of love. If you truly are at the frequency of love, then that is what you're going to operate from it. You're not expecting anybody to give you any love back, expecting to get anything back. If you're doing it from a pure, genuine place, then that is the freeingness of this journey. Is what's for you will never miss you. So you're going to end up getting favor overall. Maybe that person that you delivered that blessing to is not going to be your blessing, but it's going to come right back around, because that's the law of the universe and that's the law of karma. So it is just extremely important to ask for what you want, to not assume that everyone is going to read your mind. It's just as simple as asking someone to pick up their trash that they left in your car. It's just as simple as telling someone to turn off the light before they leave your house. It's just as simple as take out the trash can. It's just as simple as, can you wash your fork that you left in the sink? That's it. Don't be upset when you see a fork in the sink like, you don't got common sense to wash your fork. No, a lot of people are not operating from common sense. So you have to instruct people, you have to guide people, and you have to teach people how to simply love you properly and love you correctly. But if you don't even know how you want to be loved or how it feels to be loved, because you have been neglecting self, you have been disloyal to yourself, you haven't even been listening to yourself, so how can you communicate your feelings with other people when you haven't even been looking in the mirror with yourself? You haven't even been tapped in with yourself. You haven't even spent time with yourself to even know what you want. So it's so important to spend time with you in solitude, to think for yourself, to know what you want out of life, to know what you desire from other people. Why do you even need people around you in the first place? Do you just want their company? Do you want their support? Do you want their service to you? Do you want them to work for you? Do you want them to just give you praise? Do you want them to give you hand claps? Do you want them to be your yes man? What are your intentions in this life? What fills you up in this life? What makes you smile? What brings joy to you? If you start answering these questions to yourself, now you have intention of how to operate and how to have a relationship with other people properly. But it is so important, family, that nobody is a mind reader, and we cannot assume and we cannot expect other people to love us properly when we haven't even been loving ourselves properly. It's just as simple as opening your mouth and speaking with love, speaking with kindness. And don't ask for anything that you wouldn't do for yourself. If you wouldn't do that for yourself, then don't ask for it. But if you're not demanding, if you're not asking for anything outrageous, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give it to you. They're going to be happily, easily helpful of your service. They're going to be helpful for you. If you just ask for it, especially in business, if you ask for a certain time, if you ask for something, if you ask for anything, you're going to get it because you have the courage, you had the audacity to ask for something that you know you wanted and you know you needed, and that brings joy to you and that helps you overall, because people are going to ask you for things and you easily give it to them. So have that same energy. People are not scared to ask you for things. So don't be scared to ask people for what you want out of life. This life is all about you. So you have to know that this is your power in life. Never give your power over to anyone. Operate from love and from kindness and from compassion. And that's how you're going to be reciprocated in the world. That's how blessings is going to form for you as well. But don't assume. It adds too much stress. Release all expectations. Release it and have forgiveness for anybody who did not treat you the way you felt like you should be treated. They did not know because you did not teach them. You did not guide them. You did not show them. And you have to be the example of love for you. So now you can get everybody on your program. Okay? Thank you, family, so much for tuning in and tapping in. It is Tara Chantel. Please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.